Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would recreate this eye look for you. It is a cut crease eye look. So if you guys want to know how to do this cut crease eye look with this nice red and burgundy tones, just stay tuned. I feel a little weird standing in front of the camera with half my eye makeup done and the other half not. But I went ahead and did one eye and thought, wow, this looks really pretty. I should probably record this so that my subscribers can see it. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with my Kat Von D Lock-It color correcting eyeshadow primer, and it is in the color Fair, or Light, I'm sorry, not Fair. And I am just going to put that all over my eye. And the reason why I do this is because I always like to have an eye base. That's funny. The palette was reflecting on the tip of this, and I'm like, oh my god, it's got something pink on it. That's very strange. No. I put on an eyeshadow primer because I really do feel like it helps your eyeshadow to last longer. And those of you who have been watching me for a while know that I prefer the stick version of eyeshadow primers than I do the like primer potion that you get, or the behind the scenes from Lorac. Those also work very well. I just prefer to have the stick version, and my Holy Grail is no longer for sale. So I am just going to use the Deluxe Crease brush by Real Techniques to get that all over my lid. It's almost Christmas. How you guys feeling about that? Is everybody ready? I feel like I am ready, and I am glad for that. So the next thing I'm going to go do is go into my Viseart Dark Mattes palette into this brown color right here. And I'm going to take that on a super fluffy brush and just put it into the crease and a little bit above the crease. So first I pat it on, and then I go in with windshield wiper motions to get that all over. Truth be told, I think I just finished Christmas shopping last night. So I'm one of those shoppers that is like very last minute. Mostly I think because I work all the time, so, and like legitimately I've received the gifts from my family members to my kids, and I still have all of their kids' gifts sitting over here needing to be sent out. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible auntie. Okay, so once that color is on, I really love this Viseart palette for just my neutral bases. I think it's an amazing palette. If you guys have an extra 80 bucks to spend on a palette, absolutely get them, but sometimes you can get them on a sale from musebeautypro.com, and you can get 2 of these for like 120 bucks, which is $60 a piece as opposed to the $80 a piece, which would be the way to go. The next palette I am going to go into for this look is actually my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I am going to take this color and this color and kind of put them together and put it into the crease to darken up the crease in the outer corner. And I am going to be using my Moda Pro BMX 430 crease brush for that. It's a little bit more pointed of a crease brush, so you get it exactly where you want it to go. And I like to pat on and then take across. And you want to go high enough that when you do the cut crease, that you still have quite a bit of this color over the top. And honestly, it really doesn't matter if you get some onto your lid because you'll be covering that up. So feel free to be messy. The cut crease took me forever to master, and sometimes it still looks terrible. But then you just take it off and start all over again because you're allowed to, because it's makeup. It's just makeup. And honestly, one of my eyes always turns out better than the other. One of the girls I regularly watch was talking about that in one of her videos, her recent videos actually. And I was like, me too, me too. All right, so once that color is good and set in there, I will just go in with the deeper red and darken up that outer corner. Because that part is going to be left on your eye. You're not going to have any. You're not going to cut crease it. However you say it. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. And this is the only reason I use this. So this guy has lasted me forever. I've had him probably going on 9 months now. And he's still like I still have like this much in here because I was using it as concealer when I first bought it, but I find it to be really, really thick and cakey on me, so I don't use it as concealer anymore. I do love it for doing a cut crease. So I am just using a little tiny cheap brush. It came with one of my, I think it's Makeup Revolution palettes, and their brushes are really, they're not very good. They're kind of crap. But I do use this brush for my cut crease when I use it because it is very stiff and precise, and I just put a little bit of that concealer on my hand, dip my brush into it, get some on my brush, and then I go into my eye. Not into my eye, onto my eye. So I put quite a bit along the bottom towards the lash line, and then because my eyes are slightly hooded, I open them before I decide where I'm hitting the top of my cut crease. And see how it hit my eye? That's where that's going to hit when I naturally open my eye. So I need to make sure that I cut crease it clear up there, which is why I said you're going to need to have plenty of that red color on there so that it shows once you're done putting your cut crease on. Because if you have hooded eyes like I do, if you put it down rather low, you're not, once you get the crease carved out, you're not going to have any of that color left. So, am I hiding from you guys? Okay. So I just go in and carve out that crease. And you can take your cut crease all the way to the outer portion of your eye, but I do not. I like to just kind of do it over like 2/3 of my eye. You see it on this side. It's 2/3 of my eye, leaving that outer corner, the color. And like, you could leave it like this if you wanted to, not put a shimmer shade over the top, but I prefer to put a shimmer shade over the top. Once I've got that all carved out, I am going to go into this color here, which is called Little Lady. It's kind of a peachy shimmer shade, which I think will go really good with the colors I've got set. And then you just go over that cut crease. I prefer to dab it on versus swipe it. So I feel like the color goes on better. Because really the concealer is rather sticky, so it's going to go on really well anyway. And it just puts a little bit of sparkle and shine to that concealer. Just like that. So then I'm going to take my little fluffy brush. I'm going to grab some of that red again and just go into this corner and pat it in. So it blends, it looks more blended. Just like that. I also went in to that same color with my ASUM S31, which you guys can see the tip is really, really tiny on that guy. And I just kind of went over the top of that cut crease just to blend it a little bit more. And I took my big fluffy brush that I used the first time, and I went into this color here in your Jaclyn Hill palette. Just barely tap it off. And I just went over the top to blend that all out again. Just like that. I then took my ASUM T09, which is a little tiny tip, into this second color here, which is kind of frosty, and its color is named Beam. Just took a little bit of that and put it right into the brow. I think I got a little bit much. I'm going to have to touch up that side to make it match.
Whoa. Dropping everything. Just looks like a spotlight.
The next thing I did was go into my Cargo Swimmables eye pencil in Pebble Beach, which is a brown, and I like to use brown on my lower lash line with a lot of different looks, just because I feel like it's softer and not as stark, so it appears softer, and I like these a lot. They do not go anywhere. They're very comparable to even the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On. I prefer this to the Urban Decay, and these are relatively inexpensive. I think I got a set of 4 at TJ Maxx for like 10 bucks, but the full set at regular price was only like 25 bucks. So then I go to my lower lash line and just put that color down. Just like that. I'm saying that a lot today. I take my e.l.f. smudge brush that looks like this. It's just a really flat smudger brush, and I smudge it out. And I try not to poke myself in the eye with it. So it's all smudged out, a little more soft. I'm gonna smudge out this one a little bit more. Alright, so the winged eye, guys. I can't hardly do a winged liner, so I'm not going to show you that on my beauty channel. I'm going to go do it and bring it back to you. But one thing I've been using a lot lately is this Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner, and I think it is amazing. One of the people that I watch all the time uses this. Her name is Caitlin, and I'll link her channel in my drop down. She uses these all the time, and she's the reason why I purchased one of these, because I'm like, wow, that goes on super easy. Also, my Tarte Maneater liquid eyeliner was almost gone, so I needed a new one, and I couldn't purchase it, and this was like super cheap anyways. Well, not super cheap, but really reasonable price. for this, so I went ahead and tried this and I love it. I'll be right back. And this is precisely why I don't do this stuff on camera. This wing, pretty fabulous. This wing, kind of wonky. Like, why? Why does it always happen like that? I know. Sisters, not twins, I guess. And I guess when you're looking at me, you can't really tell unless you're like a wing connoisseur. But I can't get it together. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the cut crease tutorial that I just did with you using the Jaclyn Hill palette. And really, if you don't have a super expensive palette to use like the Viseart palette, you can use whatever palette. This palette is $38. You get 35 shades in it. It's not bad. You can pick it up at ULTA, and if you have their rewards points, you can earn points from purchasing items. So this isn't a super expensive palette, and all the colors that you need to create this look are actually in this palette. I could have used a combo of this color and this darker brown shade here to get that brown shade that I used out of my Viseart palette. So all this from this palette. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The mascara I'm wearing on my eyelashes came in our BoxyCharm. It is the Tarteist Lash Paint, and I love it. It is an amazing mascara. If I had to repurchase a full-size mascara, I will be repurchasing that when it runs out because I really like it. Typically, I do not like the wands like those because I stab myself. I stab myself all the time with it. But this is the wand. It's just super pokey, super... It reminds me of the Benefit They're Real, and I poke myself in the eyeball with that all the time. So far, I haven't poked myself in the eye with that. Anyways, I hope you guys liked my cut crease tutorial. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know if you did, or if there's anything else that you'd like to see on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, as I know that you do not have to click that button and spend time with me each and every time that you do, but I appreciate it so much that you do. I will see you next time. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.